The following commercial program is a paid advertisement for modern hair replacement technology, sponsored by Pierre Amelotte International.
Researched it quite a bit and basically found this to be the best method that I could think of that would fit my, my type of work and personality.
I didn't really know what to do at first. I started to investigate different options available, and I decided that the hair transplant would be best for me.
Exactly the same as my hair, and I think it's the greatest and the best. I wouldn't use another system.
Once I got in there and saw how things were done and felt comfortable about it, there was no reason not to go ahead and have it done.
All the men and women you'll see in this program chose the method of hair restoration they wanted. Jack has our permanent non-medical hair system. Craig recently had hair transplantation. Kenny, our gradual hair system. And Jim has had a number of medical procedures. What company would you go to for all these solutions?
To find out everything you should know about new surgical and non-surgical methods of hair restoration, call Pierre Amelotte International at 1-800-661-4442 and ask for your free information kit. That's 1-800-661-4442. Operators are standing by.
My grandfather had the same problem, and so did my father. They lost their hair in their 30s, and I just wasn't ready for that. My brother, who has a full head of hair, reminded me on a daily basis that he had a fuller head of hair than I did. A lot of my friends did the same thing, unless they had less hair, and I didn't hear a word from them. But a lot of relatives started to notice it. You know, hey, gosh, you're starting to lose some of your hair now. No kidding. So it was something that started to bother me a little bit, and maybe to the point of a little self-consciousness about the hair loss. I didn't look the same. My appearance started to change. And it was more than just a slow change. It was sort of a rapid change for me, and I don't think I was adjusting to that change real well. I just didn't feel like getting older, really, and I started to look a little older with the hair loss. Well, I didn't really know what to do at first. I started to investigate different options available, and I decided that the hair transplant would be best for me. And on the hair transplanting, which is a procedure that I opted for, they showed me the technique that they used, and very modern, very up-to-date, very sterile conditions, and they were very upfront with everything from the beginning. If you start, I think, before the balding or thinning is real pronounced, you can have it done and no one even knows you've done it. And all of a sudden, maybe your friends come up to you and say, hey, your hair looks good today, you're having a good hair day. And you know why, and you smile and say, well, you know, I've had the transplant done. I wanted to go to an expert, somebody that knew what they were doing. And these people do it day in and day out, and that was good for me. And also, you know, I have some friends that had the same kind of questions that I had, and I wanted to share with them what I had been through so that they could do it as well. Actually, you know, it's just my hair was growing back in. I had live hair in the areas where I had no hair before. So it was really fun. It was really nice. Had a good feeling about it.
After I hit about the age of 21, 22, it was just a massive fallout here. I'm not really used to losing things, and especially my hair, so it was a big, major impact on me. So I was in a health club working out, and at then I was 22 years of age, and I had a young kid about 15, 16 go, you do pretty good for an old man. I was starting to lose my hair right on my sides, right through here, the receding, the male pattern baldness, then started getting thin here through the top, and then of course the old little bald spot in the back there that you normally don't see unless someone points it out to you. That's when I really started to make the decision to do something about it. I'm very active, and this holds up like you won't believe. I mean, I take 2 or 3 showers a day, I run, I lift weights, I wrestle, I do all sorts of things. Everything else, to me, doesn't look natural, and that's the whole idea behind this process, is not to have anybody to notice that you are losing your hair there. Everybody would come in and say, what's different? You know, and whatever they said, I said yes to. Are you parting your hair on the other side? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Did you lose weight? That's exactly what happened, 10 pounds. So we all had a running joke on it for the first couple of weeks there until people just got to notice that there's nothing different about me that they can notice. I mean, everybody, again, treats their hair loss in their own way. If they're having a problem with it, if it is affecting their social life, it's affecting their business or their personalities, I'd definitely go ahead and recommend it for them, no doubt about it.
I didn't expect to go as bald as I eventually went.
Oh, when you can replace one hair at a time, you can't do any better than that.
It's simple, it's easy, and it's wonderful. You'll feel great. I felt great.
Gone are the Barbie doll cornrow transplants. With mini and micro grafting, individual hairs can be transplanted to where you're losing your hair. It's the most advanced technique used to give you a natural hairline.
Yes, you can't beat hair transplantation. I'd recommend it to anyone that's a candidate. Get a consultation today.
Finding the right place and the right doctor is the most important thing.
Find out if you're a candidate for hair transplantation. Just think of it, your own hair back.
You know, hey, gosh, you're starting to lose some of your hair now. If you're in the process of losing your hair, do something about it.
For more information about new surgical and non-surgical methods of hair restoration, call Pierre Amelotte International at 1-800-661-4442.
There's just something about being bald that just makes you not feel good about yourself. You know, no matter how good of a person you are. That's the way I feel about it anyway. When I came in, they were very kind to me and talked with me and showed me around, and I was very impressed. I was very impressed. I learned that the person I was speaking with also had a hair loss problem, and he looked great, you know, like I do today. You know, I feel great today because of it. At first, it was really something. You know, it was like, gosh, I got all this hair, I don't know what to do with it. But you know, it's really great to be able to do it again. It really is. It's not to me, it's not a hassle because you know, I get to do it again. You know, I can remember when I was young and I used to part my hair in the middle. You know. The bangs would go back and the long hair down to the shoulder. I spent hours in the bathroom blow drying my hair. I just smiled, you know. I didn't know how to act really. You know, I had hair again. I couldn't believe it. It was a good feeling inside because they do such a good job here. I mean, I looked like to me, I looked like a whole nother person. You know, well, truly, to tell you the truth, I felt like I was 37 years old. And all of a sudden, I'm 23 again, you know? It truly gave me back my 20s. And I'm finding that out every day as days go by. I feel younger, I act younger. It's fantastic. It truly is. It was probably one of the best things I've ever done. Best investment I've ever had.
Some of our patients come to us after having their hair replaced elsewhere. Some travel near, and some travel far.
Transplanting was very much in its infancy, and it wasn't nowhere near as good as it is today. And I think in America it is even a little bit more advanced than it is in Europe. I was beginning to lose it mostly in the front, like the horseshoe area of the head right in the front. And that was the main part, which has now been corrected. All the front is new. All this front part here, that is all new hair. A new hairline completely, and all this top piece here is all new hair. Very rapidly it grows, and it's awfully exciting to see your parting reappear. And hair.
The thing that amazes me the most about the system is that it's so natural. For one, I don't feel like I have a system in my hair. I don't look like I have a system in my hair. So, in essence, I feel complete. I feel stronger, younger. It gave me a feeling that I have not felt in a long, long time. I have friends. I already told them about this. Okay, I feel that. Take a look. You know.
Well, Mike, I'm glad to see that your hair transplants are really coming along.
Yeah, it's coming in great. I'm really happy about what it's done for me.
It's a very effective confidence builder, and I'm sure a lot of people take your new look for granted.
More and more people are winning the battle against hair loss. Your body's own genetics provide the means to restore natural hair growth that will continue the rest of your life.
I knew you made the right decision, Mike. Someone who's as active as you are shouldn't have to worry about their appearance.
Exactly. I'm very confident with how I look, and I wouldn't trade that for anything.
Hair transplants have given me the freedom to be as active as I want.
It's always exciting to hear a success story from a client, and you're living proof that a natural solution is available and within reach today.
Call right now for your free information package. We have the most advanced techniques and proven methods possible to give you the freedom to walk away from hair loss forever. Call Pierre Amelotte International, the Hair Restoration Group.
Had friends that had a full head of hair and all that, and you're kind of jealous of something like that. I was a candidate for a transplant, so I went with that. This is the 90s. There's no reason to go around bald-headed now like the men in the 40s and 50s who did. It takes a while, but the end results are good. It's worth the wait. Once I got in there and saw how things were done and felt comfortable about it, there was no reason not to go ahead and have it done. Because if you're a candidate for a transplant, there's no reason why you shouldn't go for it.
You're just very self-conscious of it. You think everyone's looking at your head. And people they would say, you're losing your hair, or you look thinner, what'd you do? Or, and a lot of at work, I noticed my friends and the firefighters that I work with, they noticed right away. I definitely feel more confident going out. And I guess it's just like with anyone. If you, like I said before, if you feel good and you feel like you look good, then you're going to present yourself in a positive manner. My wife, before she knew where I was going, and when I came home, she loved it. She said it looked, fantastic, and she was happy.
I know before when he didn't have the system on, he felt like he didn't fit in, and he felt like he was getting old, and didn't want to do hardly anything. But now he feels great, and he's just he loves to talk to people now, and I know it's a big change.
You want to look your best for your spouse. That's kind of how I looked at it. And it made me feel better in that respect, is that now she can go out with me.
I love combing, styling my hair when I've got a few extra minutes. With this system, you can do virtually anything you want. Comb it to the left, comb it to the right, comb it straight back. Basically make it look whatever way you want it to look. I play a tremendous amount of softball. I go around the country during the summertime, and I also love to golf. As far as looking in the mirror, dressing, looking good, I'm a lot happier with myself. I've gone diving since then. I've gone swimming since I got the system. And it's really no problem. When you go all underwater and you come up, it just looks like you have a head of wet hair. And I went in and I just said, this is it. I'm ready. Do it. And they did it. And I was happy. What I have now is the newest. I think it's the best. And I'm very happy with it.
I didn't expect to go as bald as I eventually went.
Oh, when you can replace one hair at a time, you can't do any better than that.
It's simple, it's easy, and it's wonderful. You'll feel great. I felt great.
Gone are the Barbie doll cornrow transplants. With mini and micro grafting, individual hairs can be transplanted to where you're losing your hair. It's the most advanced technique used to give you a natural hairline.
Yes, you can't beat hair transplantation. I'd recommend it to anyone that's a candidate. Get a consultation today.
Finding the right place and the right doctor is the most important thing.
Find out if you're a candidate for hair transplantation. Just think of it. Your own hair back.
Hey, gosh, you're starting to lose some of your hair now. If you're in the process of losing your hair, do something about it.
For more information about new surgical and non-surgical methods of hair restoration, call Pierre Amelotte International at 1-800-661-4442.
If you're a candidate for a medical procedure or hair transplantation, what you can expect will be based on a number of factors. The degree of hair loss you have, the amount of donor hair available, how many procedures will be performed. For many patients, they may never regain the thickness they once had, but they're also not as bald as they once were.
Everything on the top of my head is transplanted, from front to back. Everything is transplanted. So it's been pretty dramatic. I didn't think there was really any alternative for me, at least not something that was acceptable for me. So I just simply, I lived with it. It was the butt of a number of jokes, and as my hair continued to recede from the front to the back, just more of my scalp was exposed. I'm a very active person. At that point, I was teaching a lot of scuba diving, so getting in and out of the water, people noticed that my hair was thinning out, and I ran with a bunch of guys then that were pretty abusive, so they teased me about being a solar collector and that kind of stuff, and it has an effect on you. You say it doesn't, but it really does. So I just simply sought out the alternatives that were available for me, and after doing quite a bit of research, I found that there were mini grafting and micro grafting had now come into play, and transplanting down to one hair at a time, I thought there might be something we could do. And as it turned out, went ahead with the process, and I've never looked back. I think the biggest thing that I've ever done is that I have a younger brother who was also in obviously the same shape I was. He comes in, he's had 2 transplant sessions, and couldn't be happier. And so check the credentials of the individual that's doing it, and then check the specific technique, making sure they do mini grafting and micro grafting, and at the same time, make sure you check the results. Actually look to see someone that particular doctor has done. So you start feeling up there for a little stubble that might be coming through, and then you notice that the hair is starting to grow, and it grows in at its natural rate, which is about 1/2 inch a month for me. And as a result, it's been growing ever since, and it'll be there for a lot more years. It's my own, it's growing, I'm in and out of the water. Nobody would know that I'd had anything done. I'm pretty pleased. No, actually, I'm really pleased.
A lot of people look at your hair, and you start to see more, you know, that you need hair. I mean, it's very important. When I got the system on, I said, let me go to the gym and try it out. I won't wear a hat and stuff like that. And everybody came up to me and says, wow, you look very different. And I go, you look different without your hair. I didn't know you had so much hair. I got my self-confidence back, which I really needed. And people say, wow, you got a great body, you look good, great smile. But there was always something missing. Once I got the system on, it was total difference, like complete package now.
If you're looking for a company to help you with your hair loss, you can choose a company that offers just hair replacements.
I love combing, styling my hair when I've got a few extra minutes.
Researched it quite a bit, and basically found this to be the best method that I could think of that would fit my type of work and personality.
And you can talk to companies that offer just medical solutions.
I was a candidate for a transplant, so I went with that.
I was just looking for the right hair transplant procedure, and I found it.
But what do you think they'll recommend? Hair replacements? Hair transplantations? Go to the one company that has more than one solution.
I wanted to go to an expert, somebody that knew what they were doing.
For more information, call Pierre Amelotte International at 1-800-661-4442.
One of the hair restoration methods you can choose from is our gradual hair system. Because most people lose their hair over a period of time, the gradual system is one of the most natural ways of replacing your hair without anyone noticing.
Started losing my hair, my forehead, receding hairlines. I started losing hair there, and right in the top of my hair, started losing hair. First of all, they asked me how I felt, what I wanted to do, which was good. What do you want to do? Well, how do you want to look? And then they examined me to see exactly how extensive the hair loss was. And then they asked me what I wanted to do, and I told them, and then they gave me a few options. And then I made a decision from the options. Someone that I had not seen in a long time that knew me when I had a lot. I said, wow, you lost a lot of hair. So then you say,
I was losing it back here in the very back of my head, and just totally losing it around, and I think it was thinning here. I mean, it bothered me that I was losing my hair. It really bothered me a lot, especially inside it. I might not have showed it, but it bothered me a lot that I was losing it that young, especially with a lot of friends that still had full heads of hair, and I was losing it. I'd play it off as, you know, as a joke and okay, but it did bother me. Well, I thought of hair treatments to grow hair back, and looked into it and looked at different types of treatments, and it just didn't look that great. That over the time period, it might take a couple years or whatever, and that might not even work. And I wanted to get this hair system now that I could get in and it'd be done and complete hair right now. And the more I saw it and the more I thought about it, I just decided I'm going to do it. And I went in and did it. Just decided I'm not going to wait any longer. I've waited long enough already. So I decided just go right in and get it done. In the future, I'm just going to have more hair added.
Gone are the Barbie doll cornrow transplants. With mini and micro grafting, individual hairs can be transplanted to where you're losing your hair. It's the most advanced technique used to give you a natural hairline. If you've been hoping, I wish my hair would grow back, then find out if you're a candidate for hair transplantation. Just think of it. Your own hair back.
The most asked question is it your own hair and is it going to grow? And I'd say, yes, it is my own hair, that it's just the hair from the back of the head that for some reason genetically is always going to grow, and they just took it from back here and put it on the top of your head. So it's your hair, it's going to grow, you style it, you wash it, and it's there forever. Because it was going to be there forever back here, let's just move it to the front and let it grow there forever.
I felt younger, I felt more alive, I felt just a different personality with it. And I just didn't want to be without it.
I have hair now. It was really nice. I felt like I was kind of back the way I used to be before I started to lose the hair.
Okay, you're an adult now. Putting on weight, losing your hair. Losing your hair? Isn't the little voice inside of you screaming, give me my hair back. Give me my hair back. Ready to feel good about yourself again? Time to do something about losing your hair? Who are you going to call? Who are you going to call? I know. I know a company who has the experience to give you a great-looking, natural head of hair. I know a company that guarantees you'll be satisfied. You can go to companies that don't. You can go to companies that offer just one type of hair replacement. But I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Don't settle for anything less. Time to do something about losing your hair? You deserve the best. Who are you going to call? I know where. I know where.
For more information about new surgical and non-surgical methods of hair restoration, call Pierre Amelotte International at 1-800-661-4442.
So you always want to present a positive image, and I always felt that the whole package, the body and the hair, needs to look good in order to feel good about yourself and confident when you meet new people every day who are looking for investments. And I knew that if I just waited long enough, down the road there was going to be some type of procedure that would enable me to have a natural head of hair that would possibly be my own. I didn't want to have anything cover up the bald spot because I knew it would be bald underneath there. But at the same time, if there wasn't a procedure that could make the hair look natural, I was convinced that I wouldn't do anything and that I would just remain bald at that point. Then I heard through advertisements that there were several doctors doing mini and micro grafts where you can take one hair at a time and literally replace your natural hairline that you used to have. When I look in the mirror, I see a younger me, which is due to the new hair. And again, this morning when I was in the shower, I felt that, you know, I'm glad I'm not going to ever see myself bald, and I won't because I've had the hair transplants. So I feel good when I look in the mirror. I don't have to worry about losing my hair anymore, where the day before I had the first transplant done, I thought I'm still losing my hair, and then the day after, the thought never entered my mind again, which was a great feeling.